I'm not sure if you can hear it or not. Oh my god, there we go. Something's happened. Okay. So we've got the car on the gauges. Found out the driver's side rear wheel was not really where we wanted it. We had to do quite a few adjustments, and on a Metro it's not exactly too easy. We've got these adjuster plates that you can fit. So we've fitted the adjuster plate. It was a bit of a pain, but we got there. We've just got all the figures printed out now, and we're actually really happy. I think it's probably the best the geometry has ever come out on this car. So it's coming out really exactly how we want it to be. So looking forward to seeing how it can perform at Croft, as it is quite a twisty circuit, so hopefully we can get it right and get it nailed down. Plus we just done an oil and filter in sort of servicing the car. Fitted a brand new dash, as the old man just said there as well. As last race we had some issues where it is going down and giving me all sorts of interesting readings. So yeah, we've had some good preparation and lead up to Croft, and see how we get on for the race.
You're doing the tyre ups?
Tyre ups? What tyre ups? Well, that ain't going anywhere, is it? Look at that. Solid, mate. Happy with the result then, son?
Is that?
Tracking.
Yeah, spot on, mate.
Well, that was good, wasn't it?
Absolutely, no, the tracking.
That's sweet, that, isn't it? Any tyre ups needed there, Pops?
No, absolutely.
Spot on that, lovely.
That'll do nicely.
So this is where we get scrutineered. Make sure the car's all safe. Great, thank you very much.
All right.
So here we are, set up at Croft. Race cars sat out here, ready to go for tomorrow. A little bit filthy. Didn't really have the time to wash it today. It's been a bit hot, a bit hot and bothered today. But yeah, all past scrutineering and we're ready to go for qualifying tomorrow. So looking forward to giving it a go. But yeah, this is the van. We've got all the bits in here, mostly just parts and tools. Some waters there, ready to go, keep us hydrated for the day. Looks like we're pretty much finished already, so this weekend might end up needing to restock. Guys are just watching some football over there, I think. But yeah, this is our little setup. We've got our tent over here where we're camping. We've got a nice big tent, so my missus and myself sleeping here one side, and then my dad's sleeping in the other side. Only a nice little cozy setup. Over here we've got our main rival, Matt, which hopefully you'll see tomorrow out on track racing against me. We've had a good few battles here in the past, so hopefully we can have a good few battles as well on track today, tomorrow. But yeah, looking forward to the racing. Got a lovely sunset, what's not to like? A few beers in a bit, lovely. So just some pre-race checks, torque the wheels up and make sure that the tyre pressure's all okay. Make sure we're all fueled, and yeah, make sure that the engine oil level's correct, all the coolant level's correct, and yeah, basically all the basic little checks, often overlooked.
Alright guys, so this is my qualifying session. I'm just doing a voiceover. This is my first time trying out the Meta glasses. I wasn't really sure if the audio is going to be able to hear me properly over the car, so rather than risk recording a whole session without usable sound, I decided to focus on the driving and add the commentary afterwards. But I did a little testing and it did work later on in the weekend, so you will find that we have a bit of commentary later on. But yeah, this session I didn't really do anything, so this is what you get. It is only going to be a short clip from qualifying, because to be honest with you, most of the session wasn't really that exciting. There's no action at all, to be honest with you, so that's the reason for that. But you will notice that my rev counter isn't working. Unfortunately, the shift light also isn't working. So that new dashboard isn't going to plan. But yeah, sadly we're not going to be able to get fixed for the rest of the weekend, so I had to make do without them and rely on listening to the engine for my gear changes. But yeah, have a little look out for the rev counter. It does develop some more interesting, let's say, interesting faults later on in the weekend, so keep an eye out for that one. But yeah, it's quite distracting, the shift light flicking on and the gauge going up and down, but we do deal with it and we crack on for the rest of the weekend. So yeah, enjoy.
So we had an interesting qualifying. There's a little bit of weird conditions out there, really slippery. The car wasn't really working very well. Lots of understeer. Rear end wasn't really turning in very well at all. Steering wheel was out of line as well after we'd done that really good geometry before we started. So a bit upset really of how it came out, which is a bit unusual. But we did find out that our ride heights were a little bit too low on the front end, which because of a Metro has hydroelastic suspension, which basically means there's a fluid filled can rather than a spring. That was a little bit lower than what it should be, and when that is lower it puts all the wheels out of line. So we're hoping that is why it's now possibly put the tracking out and put the alignment out, and why maybe it was not working very well on the front end. But there was rumours of one of the cars out there on track dumping some fuel, which I did notice when I was overtaking, so it's probably due to the fact that there's lots of fuel on the track, bad conditions, there's hot conditions, everything's not really going to our plan, and obviously some understeer on track as well. And also we had a bit of a moment where we lost half of our front splitter, so in the end I've taken the other half off just so it looks a bit more presentable. Still looks a bit different and a bit weird, what it's normally like, but maybe due to the fact that the ride height was slightly lower and it's very bumpy track, that it might have hit the bottomed out on the track and maybe ripped part of the splitter off. Not really quite sure what happened, but whatever the weather, it is in a million pieces at the side of the track, so we couldn't reuse it. So yeah, hopefully all sorted now. We've got all the ride heights right, did some adjustments to some shock absorbers as well, some new tyres on there, hopefully got some more grip on the front, which will hopefully make this rear end rotate a little bit more. See how we get on in the race. Good luck. But yeah, qualified pole as well somehow with all of that in going on, but hopefully we can do the business in the race one. Let's see.
So race one start was pretty simple. We got a good launch off the line. Matt alongside me suffered with a bit too much wheel spin, which resulted in me getting clear before turn one quite easily. So this point onwards is fairly boring, but noticeably the pre-race changes were night and day better, so we're a lot more happy with the car and track. We ended up streaking clear of the other competitors, so I'll only show you a short bit of footage. Here's me getting past one of the back markers from the other championship, but we get through a few of them and it kind of is plain simple from there, but the car's working really well, which we're really happy about. The last thing to note is the rev counter. The hand has snapped off of the rev counter, so we now have a little stubble with a floating bit of rev counter in the bottom of the in the bottom of the dashboard there. So enjoy that. But yeah, enjoy the rest of this footage. I'll keep it short and sweet. Okay, so race 1 footage is pretty much done now. I sadly don't really have any debrief footage after race 1, so we'll be going straight into race 2 footage after this. We do have an eventful start to the session, and I also realised that I can do voiceover while driving this time, so you'll have raw footage with real reactions and emotions, so yeah, enjoy.
Now, I'm in a bit of a predicament. The car's just started making a noise, and I think it's linked to do with the auxiliary belt side of the engine, from what I can hear. So, and I'm on the grid ready to do a green flag lap, so I have the possibility of pulling off on this green flag lap to avoid any further damage, because the potential is like something like an alternator pulley is loose, or one of the pulleys is bearings have gone or something. So if that did let go, it had the potential of wrapping the belt around the crank pulley and possibly locking up my engine and blowing it up. Or do I risk and see if it lasts and see if I can get a race and finish the race? I don't know. So I'm really not sure what to do. It's a bit of a tough situation to be in, if I'm honest, because this could ruin a lot of other people's races as well as mine. So I've got to think about what the right decision is. The noise isn't changing. I've tried revving it. Yeah, it does sound like a bearing or something. The more I rev this, especially if I'm flat out at maximum RPM, this is probably not going to go well. So I'll just hear it. How's it going? I mean, it's going okay, but I'm not sure if you can hear it or not. Oh my god, there we go. Something's happened. Okay. I'm not sure. I think the pulley is now, the belt has now come off, which, if anything, it's not a bad thing because it hasn't wrapped around my engine. Let's hope, if that's what it is, the battery can last to the finish line. It's going to be a big ask. I've got a big fat battery in the car. Let's see. I don't know what's happened, if the belt is gone or, but the noise is finished. I think the answer is we've got to go and try and race. It'd be stupid to pull off and then realise it's something small and I could have continued to race. I think at the moment, maximum risk, ultimate reward. We'll see what happens. I need to think about warming the tyres up and the brakes now. I've not really been doing that. So let's get doing that. I'll see you at the grid. Okay, getting ready for a race start. The guys in front will be starting on the lights, which is in about 5 seconds. And then we'll be starting on the Union Jack flag, which you probably can't quite see from where you are, but let's have a look. So there guys, they're off. Let's get ready to go. Let's hope the battery lasts, guys. Fingers crossed. Go. Oh, not a very good start. John's got a lightning start. Jesus Christ. Oh, on Tim. I've not got a lot of power. It's very evident I've not got a lot of power, so something's wrong. That was close. Fucking hell. Oh, he's missed a gear. Woo! That was bloody close, guys. Woo! Oh, it's 3 wide behind. They somehow got through 3 wide behind. That's unbelievable. So I'm definitely lacking some power. So I'm not sure what's going on. But yeah, I'm slow. I am really slow. Obviously, whatever happened earlier, it's not doing too well. Yellow flag, I can't overtake. Green flag here. John was a bit slow there. Let's see if he can get me back on the straight. Probably will be able to. He probably won't pass. Oh no, he's going for it. See if we can brake a bit later. Yep, there we go, we got it. Right. Yellow flag. Okay. I think it's just try and survive, get this P2. past that board. Still not shown it yet. I'm praying to the gods. Everybody pray to the racing gods. I just see my alternator put it on the belt on the floor back there. I mean, I'm pretty sure it came off before that, but there we go. There's a belt on the floor, so whoever's it is, most likely mine. Oh no, Tim. Looks like it's a mechanical rather than a crash, which is somewhat good news for him. We don't like seeing crashes. Right, it's the last lap. It looks like I've caught Matt, if I'm honest. Maybe he's got an issue too. Maybe we should have just kept pushing the whole way. Anything could happen. Yeah, that looks like an alternator belt. I reckon that's me. Yeah, Matt is braking really early. It looked like it anyway, maybe it was just me. Maybe he's just getting it home. He knows he just needs to get it home, it's not the win. The preventative maintenance from the reason I caught him. We've got an out last corner. Have we got enough to get to the finish line? I think we do. I mean, to finish is all we needed there. I mean, I can moan all I want about P1, but how this old girl managed to get to the end, I do not know. That was very lucky. Very lucky. So, I'll find out soon what's wrong. And I'll be able to report to you guys what happened and see what's going wrong. But yeah, thank God we finished, and it was the right decision in the end to carry on and don't pull off. It was a wise decision in the end, let's say. There we go. So we found the issue is a lot worse than I expected. We went to check the alternator and the pulley was still on there and the belt was still on there, which is kind of a worry because I know the next thing left is the cam belt, and that kind of keeps the engine together in one piece, and if that breaks then we are basically a new engine. And what it seems like, not sure if you can see here, but there's a bolt missing out the cover that's dropped out, and it's come out of the cover, tangled itself around the belt, and it looks like it's possibly jammed up against that pulley at the back, which is the water pump, and then it's thrown itself out of the back of the pulley here, if we can see where the torch is, and that's when it stopped making a noise. Done some damage to some of the pulleys, but we're thinking that whatever's gone on, it may have jumped the timing on the engine, which is why I was down on power. So we're just gonna go check the timing now. So if you get these marks lined up, so you see the yellow marks, we're just going to get the marks lined up so the cams are aligned. How's the crank looking, Dad?
Yeah, a little bit out.
A little bit. How much?
Well, you can see the yellow mark on here.
Yep.
That should be dead in line
That
with that
should
yellow
be
mark at the
perfectly
back.
in line with
So
that
it's
mark
about
at the back.
1 tooth out by the looks of it.
Yeah. Which is very lucky, really, because
That's unbelievable.
if that jumped any further than that, it could have bent some valves.
No, it would have done.
It would have bent valves, yeah, exactly.
Which would have detonated
Which
the
would
top of the piston, which would have blown the whole thing.
Which could have blown the whole engine. So, to finish that race, we've got to thank the racing gods on that one, don't we? Happy days. I think we might push it onto the trailer. What do you
I
think?
don't think we're going to start that. Well done.